safety throttle. I'm so excited, guys. Oh my God, I'm doing it, guys. This has been the most outside of the box thing that I've had to learn in my life. This was harder than nursing school. I really feel like it was, and I was terrified in nursing school. But learning to ride a motorcycle has really changed my life. I feel like it's forced me to be more mindful in everything I do. It's like one of the things that I had to get out of the habit of doing when I was off the motorcycle was to stop slamming on my brakes when I was in the car. My husband and my father constantly complain that I am a fast braker, like I rush to the stop sign and then slam on the brakes, and you can't do that on a motorcycle. So I had dropped my motorcycle pretty much every time I was trying to stop. And so finally I got in my car and I just started like thinking about, like, if I was on the motorcycle, how would I stop? Where would I put my foot down? And then that just led to me being more mindful in general with like everything in my life. Anyway, I'm really excited because one of my good friends just bought a motorcycle last week. He is starting his own business and he was trying to cut down on expenses, and he decided to learn to ride a motorcycle and get rid of his Jeep so he wouldn't have to make those hefty payments anymore. Okay guys, so we are coming across the place where I dropped my motorcycle for the first time. So we're gonna conquer it now. But anyway, I'm so excited because I helped him pick out a bike, and we found him a really nice used Suzuki SV 650 in mint condition, and he starts his MSF course on Monday. Okay, so this is where I went up on a sidewalk once and then just totally dropped my motorcycle. Nobody's coming. All right, good. I still got to work on my turns. They're a little wide. But anyway, my book. So I mentioned in another video, my mother was schizophrenic. And when I was 10 years old, I stopped her from committing suicide and basically developed a PTSD and a panic disorder from then on. And basically, I limited myself in my life. If anything was a little too scary or too hard, I would have a panic attack and just not be able to do it. So like surfing was one. When I was a teenager, I was dating a guy that was surfing, and I wanted to learn how to surf, but I was terrified. Like, I constantly felt like I was going to drown. So I just gave up. And I introduced surfing to one of my best friends, and like, this girl travels all over. She gets barreled. You know, she's doing great. And I'm telling you, there were if I had just stuck with it, I probably would be surfing too, because I will tell you that there were multiple times that I almost gave up on riding because I bought my motorcycle in December, and I think I only have like 100 and something miles. Oh look, it's my first. I'm gonna do it. Just to kind of come down. Oh, he was on a scooter. That's okay. Anyway, I want to go and tell my husband to get on his motorcycle, and so we can ride together. I really want to do that. I don't know where he went. He must have given up on trying to keep up with me. I'm just going in circles. So yeah, I'm very excited about my book. I did I had to pay homage to Zen and the Art of learning to, Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, sorry. I had to pay a little homage to that. There are some quotes in there from that book, but it's basically about these 10 habits that I came up with so that I could teach myself to ride safely, and how they changed my life and how they relate to my past as well. So another thing that happened during this time that I was off was I got accepted into grad school. I've been really unhappy. I'm a nurse. I'm a psychiatric nurse, and I've been working at a hospital for the past 4 years, and I just got burned out, and I just couldn't take it anymore. And unfortunately, hospitals are losing a lot of good nurses and healthcare professionals because we're getting burnt out. Well, my hand's falling asleep, guys. I guess that's something that happens. So what was I saying? Yes, I decided to learn to ride a motorcycle right after my 50th birthday. My husband, when we were younger, we dated when we were younger, and he tried to teach me on this little 50cc YSR. It was so cute. I so want to get one of these if I could find one, but they're not easy to find. But I totally choked on the DMV road test, and I just freaked out and was like, I'll just sit on the back with my husband. Or he was my boyfriend at the time. So then, some 26 years later, we moved to California, and my husband has been saying he's wanted a Harley forever. He had a GSXR when we were dating, and he still has it. It's a 1993. Aging myself. So yeah, basically I freaked out. And then 26 years later, he bought a Harley Davidson, and after the first ride, I was like, I'm gonna get bored back here. I want to learn to ride again. And then I found Doodle on a Motorcycles and her two wheels, and I was like, oh my god. Basically my husband, his philosophy and the philosophy of most of the people in my family that ride are that you should learn to ride a dirt bike first. So I was shocked when I met people who'd gotten their street bike licenses and never rode dirt bikes before. They took the MSF course and then they were on their way, and I was like, really? So my husband freaked out because he's like, we were living in a pretty rural section of New Jersey, very the northwest part near Pennsylvania and New York State, and there's not a lot of traffic, not a lot of cars on the road. It's really the perfect place to learn. So of course my husband was annoyed that I waited until we moved to California until I was 50 years old to be like, okay, I'm ready to try to learn to ride a motorcycle again. Because he's like, are you kidding me? There's a lot of tourists. They're not paying attention to where they're going. I mean, LA is famous for its traffic, so I don't really need to explain that. But yeah, people drive a little nutty. I still say that people drive way worse in New Jersey and New York than they do in California. They're assertive out here, but they're aggressive back east, so. And you're not allowed to lane split back east either, which kind of sucks. Okay, my hand is falling asleep. How do you guys deal with this? I could barely feel my front brake. Better shake my hand out. So it took me a while, but I'm finally on the road. Just don't give up. I mean, let's see. Yeah, oh my god, I just realized it's the 1-year anniversary of me taking that MSF course. I took the MSF course it was Labor Day. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of Labor Day last year, so it is Labor Day weekend. What is this car doing? I don't trust him. See if this is how we get used to being on the road. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Let's just get away from him. Oh my God. All right, we'll just go around the block again. Yeah, so I mean, I really do love this bike. I know, yeah, old school motorcyclists are like, with the automatic transmission, but I'm too spazzy to be using all 4 of my limbs at once. I need to be able to focus on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? Oh, hi. I was wondering where you were. Oh, you have? Okay. Guys, I am so excited. I feel like my motorcycling journey is finally launching. I'm not just practicing in the parking lot. I'm actually on the road, but we're not going on PCH today, Pacific Coast Highway. It's just too trafficy. There's my husband. I didn't see him. Good for him for keeping up with me. Here's where it all began. This is where I did my first whiskey throttle when I ended up on the sidewalk.